Hey gang, welcome back to another episode of the We Speak English Good podcast. Today's guest on our third installment of the Sacred Harvest Music Festival series of shows, part 3, Chris Hauser of the Werks. Now, I've been sort of hyping it up as we go along here, but this is just a good old conversation with a fellow artist, and it was nice to get to know Chris. He's a very nice person and was very open and generous with his time backstage. So, huge thank you for Chris for just sort of standing around and bullshitting. As I listen back to some of the footage that I kind of are trimming off the top and the backside of the conversation, well, I say some really weird shit, and I cut that out. I'm not even gonna repeat it. I say some weird shit I was like, oh my god, how is this guy even gonna want to why would he even want to talk to me after I say something weird like that? So it's my signature. I'm kind of awkward person. And once I warm up to somebody, you know, I'm just weird and awkward until like I find a connection and I warm up to somebody. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. So I don't want to blather on too long about the conversation. This is just it. It's gonna be me talking to Chris, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm not going to play any music. I didn't really capture any, the Werks didn't play at the festival. So Chris did do a solo set, but I wasn't there. I had other gigs the next day. So that was on day 2. Anyways, so this is just the conversation that me and Chris had backstage. So I do want to say that I was out in San Diego this last week. I'm going to save all that for next week because next week I have another guest, Al Howard, who I've been doing a lot of these guerrilla interviews, and Al was generous enough out of Cow Records to talk to me. So that's coming next week, and I'll talk more about San Diego once we get to that side of the podcast. I got some shows and dates coming up, but I'm not going to say anything. We're going to get to the show here, but I do want to say write the show at We Speak English Good, yes, at wespeakenglishgood. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to start over here. I ate some brownies. I ate some brownies, so I'm trying to get through this here. I got a lot going on this week, so I'm trying to get this one done early, and I'm going to try to get another one done before I leave town, because me and Reina and the whole fam is going to see Reina's side of the fam out in Annapolis, so I'm going to be gone for a couple days. I've been just traveling a lot this month, or in the last few weeks, so I'm kind of out of it, and I ate some of these edibles, and now I'm trying to do this. And see, I'm rambling on. So here we go. Write the show at wespeakenglishgood@gmail.com. You can visit the barren wasteland that is the wespeakenglishgood.net. You can also leave a review on iTunes. You can share the podcast on your websites. You can talk about the podcast on your podcast. If you have a podcast, I always like that suggestion. Like, I think Sam Harris's podcast, he says, you could discuss these ideas on your podcast. I'm like, sometimes I will then, Sam. Thank you. Okay. Also, if you haven't noticed, my voice is probably a little bit clearer because I'm actually using a condenser mic right now instead of my normal cardioid mic. I think or just vocal mic, my Sennheiser or my SM58 or whatever the fuck. So, hey, I got a condenser mic. That's part of the whole San Diego trip. So, again, we'll get into that next week. So leave a review on Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts and all that good shit. I'll see you guys on the other side of the conversation. And so I just want to warn you that it does get a little emo. And also, there are people coming up to Chris while backstage while we're talking, so expect interruptions. which is totally cool. Chucky Love of Sub T kind of stops in. So I did this interview before I did the Subterranean interview, so it's kind of out of order, but I thought I was kind of building to something with this like 3-part series, so I thought this would be fun just to sort of build to this, to Chris talking openly and honestly about his life. So without further ado, let's jump on over to Chris Hauser of the Werks and Chris Hauser of Chris Hauser. just a regular guy. No, you're absolutely right, because there was a whole new generation.
And then the next generation.
Yeah, no, I went to hookah last week, and it was a lot of just older people just hanging out. And
the old school hookah got together.
Right, 2.0. So is that like where you guys are sort of?
Hookah 2.0 was the first hookah I saw.
Right, yeah, with Ed, yeah. And Cliff and Starcat. Did they call him Starcat?
Uh-huh. That's what I called him.
That's what I call him, motherfucker.
Yeah, Starcat, Johnny Starcat Plansky.
So I heard that you just had a baby.
Yes.
Congratulations!
Yes. Thank you very
Let me
much.
shake this man's hand. I got a 4-year-old.
Hell yeah. Mark Hauser, born May 13th.
Oh, so he's new.
New.
He's that new. He still has that new baby smell on him.
Yes. It's most of the time it's more vomit. More vomit.
Oh yeah,
smell
puke and shit.
than
Yeah.
Breath, yeah. But yes.
I'm Wayne, man. I'm the homeowner out here, man.
Hey,
I
nice to meet
appreciate you having me out here, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
We're trying to keep it alive out here in the
really cool.
419 area, man.
It's really cool,
Appreciate
man.
you coming out and being an artist at large.
Appreciate
These
you
guys,
having me.
You got the heart for it, man. And I'm trying to do my best, man, with a little backyard. Throw down,
It seems like
you're
you got the heart
doing
for
great,
it too, man.
I do,
It's really
man,
cool.
and I
It's really cool.
appreciate, the way that people come together. Thank you for coming out, man.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to you to be here tomorrow too.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man, very much.
Doing
Chris,
a
nice
lot
to
of
meet you,
sit-ins
man.
tomorrow too. Nice
yeah,
to meet you too,
yeah,
Wayne.
thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
I heard a lot of good things about you. It's a pleasure to finally meet
pleasure to
you.
meet you too, man. I think the guys are all got the heart in the right place.
I think
man.
so.
We got to keep the music going, bro.
That's right.
Thanks, Chris.
That's right. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Wayne Stock. Yeah,
Yes.
he was sporting
Heard
his
about
own.
Wayne Stock. This is Wayne's World right
Wait,
here.
this is Wayne's World. This is
That's
interesting.
what Kyle told me.
But I was wondering how the new baby is kind of affected, because like you guys just had your workout, and I'm sure that's a lot of fucking work. I know what organizing.
It's a lot different with a baby, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I was wondering how is
Mark will be 4 months old on the 13th of September, and
how did you balance that out? The mother.
It's my wife Ashley, she's incredible.
Sounds incredible.
She fills in all the spaces that that I wasn't. She took to it immediately. For me, it took a little getting used to, of course.
Really? Was this a surprise baby, or were you guys planning it?
No. We'd wanted a baby for a while, and we'd finally accepted the fact that we weren't able to have kids.
Oh, okay.
And then,
wow.
And then she got pregnant.
That's so beautiful.
I don't know if this was a coincidence or not, but we had gone on a vegan diet for like 4 months. We had been vegan for 4 months, and then all of a sudden she got pregnant.
That's interesting.
Either way,
whatever
we were blessed
it was,
with a baby boy.
Fucking A, man.
And he's he totally changed my life. It's amazing.
It's crazy because it's like a chemical change like immediately. As soon as you see that baby, like your life is completely in a different. You're just like anything else. What's up, man?
I mean to interrupt you guys. How you doing? I'm Lamont, man.
Lamont, how you doing, man?
I want to introduce myself, man. I'm Lamont. Pleasure. It's my wife, Reina. I don't want to do the security for the guys, but I just want to tell you guys, sounded real good, man. Appreciate you, man. Seriously, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Excuse us. Man.
No, it's all good.
Thanks for taking the time.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, you guys are killing it, man. You fucking
So Ashley was 3 months pregnant, and I gave up drinking at that point.
Oh,
so
nice.
I haven't drank alcohol in 9 months. That made everything a lot easier.
Was
it's still been really hard. It was still really hard for me to get used to only sleeping 3 hours at a time. You'd think it'd be like easier for a musician who's used to
Right.
sleeping odd hours and this and that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't so easy for me.
It's not.
A lot of challenges, and I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I've learned number one, how strong my wife is.
Right.
But number two, also, you know, how strong I am. I didn't think I was capable of doing what I've done with the baby, and now I'm proud of myself that.
It's interesting. It's almost like before they're here, you're almost like afraid to even you might break them or something, and then all of a sudden they're here, and you're just like, this fits perfectly.
Like, damn, I don't ever want to let him go.
I know, and it's so hard, especially being a musician. Like, you travel a lot. Do you guys go out and travel the country a lot, or is it mostly regional?
Since we had the kids, Jake, our bass player, he had a baby girl in December, and then my wife and I had Mark in May, and during that time we have not been hitting the road as hard as we usually do, but coming up here we will.
Nice.
We've been fortunate enough to just do weekend stuff for the most part.
Nice.
No huge runs, but we have a couple week-long runs coming up in February after the new year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And just getting right back at it. Thank you. That was fun. It's something that it's okay. I'm okay with it. I know that's how I put the food on the table.
Do you know what I've noticed is that there's like this weird anxiety every time I'm leaving. And I don't think it's like I have this doomsayer type of mentality, but I'm always afraid that something might happen while on the road. And I just have these flashes of me just my last thoughts be like, my baby, I don't know, do you kind of have that anxiety? I mean, that's weird, and I know that sounds kind of crazy.
It's a perfectly normal question to me. I have, this might sound crazy too, I have put myself through, I've imagined terrible scenarios, almost every terrible scenario you can imagine.
You do, and
imagine how I would deal with that. Yes, I think about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, it is, because it's you really want to maintain this positive attitude towards everything, but then in reality, there's this
something could go wrong on the road.
Right, exactly.
Something could go wrong at home while I'm on the road.
Right, and then I'm all the way across the country, and I can't fucking be there when they need me right now.
Yeah, and I brought tears to my own eyes thinking about possible scenarios that haven't happened.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
But that could happen.
Yeah.
And just was wondering what I would do.
I'm just wondering, I don't know how emotional you would get. Before I had my son, I rarely cried. It was only when I'm shit-faced, wasted, which I had to quit as well. I quit right before she got pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, brother. I know how it is to be and then you have a baby and you have pressures, especially pressures of what you guys do, and
I don't know how I would do it if I was still partying the way I used to. I mean, everyone's a different case, but
no, totally.
I'm grateful I've been able to go as far as I have without booze.
Yeah, man. And so after the baby, I started crying at commercials and everything. I was just weeping like a child. I was wondering, did you find yourself getting more emotional after the child? I'm sorry, this is all about your son now.
That's fine. It's cool. It's really cool.
Right on, man.
This is something I'm not used to giving interviews about, but so cool. I appreciate every bit of it.
Great.
Yeah, because he's my fucking life. He's a huge part of my life.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
But the first month, I named. His name is Mark. My dad's name was Mark. My dad died from pancreatic cancer in 2010. So the first 3 days at home were really, really rough, because every time I said I love you, Mark, I thought about how I wish my dad could meet my son.
Hell yeah.
I'll never get to meet my son, but he's watching.
No, dude.
But yes.
I'm resonating so hard.
Very emotional.
My dad died. So when my son, let me just paint a picture. I go sober. I'm 5 months sober. I spend the month of April of my 30th birthday fucking at the foot of my dad's deathbed, and then I go back to California, get my wife pregnant, and then we come back for the funeral, sober, and I realized I was losing my hair at the same time. So
Oh,
that was the icing on the cake. So like I'm like totally resonating with you on how you're just like, oh my god, I wish this and like how there's big parts missing and like.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, you too, man. No, I know. It's like.
But yeah,
it's crazy.
and it's it's amazing how much having a kid makes you realize like how some things just don't matter.
Right.
Some things like, man, why did I ever get stressed out about this?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And
Like,
and the urge to like go out and party and hang out kind of dissipates. And even with it did with my not drinking. It took me a couple years to get used to being sober and with people.
yeah.
But after I was able to do it, it's so cool. I mean, like,
I'm still working on that. Like the social anxiety is a thing.
that's
for
the thing,
sure.
right? And that's why you probably started drinking in the first place, to sort of lube up the.
This might be a lot of things.
Hugs. Pause for hugs.
You're doing Bacano also, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So sorry, just real
Please.
quick. They want me to switch sides. Can I get either outside of you on the wing or in there?
Where you can go wherever you want. You can go wherever you want, as long as I don't have to move my gear.
Okay.
And I will get in where I fit in because you'll be doing most of the set, and I'll just be doing one
You
song.
think you can slide a foot over or something or no?
I can slide the amp over.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
I might be able to just make it work, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
we're
can
not
do
on
that.
top of each other or whatever. Cool. I'm gonna pull my shit over here then.
Okay,
Great
cool.
playing with you.
Ooh, I like that. What
It's
was
called the salmon.
the salmon?
Yeah.
I like it.
That's our handshake.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, emotional
Having
kids,
kids
family.
crazy, and it's it's made the music a lot more emotional. I definitely try
Wait,
harder. There's a lot more at stake.
Have you seen
maybe
something
now,
different with your writing?
I had a shift in writing. I used to be an opiate addict, and
I'm with you.
clean from
Oh my
that,
god,
yeah.
dude, we're like.
It's one. A lot of people struggle with it, with
I agree.
addiction, and especially in the music industry.
Oh.
We're all emotional, creative people who don't necessarily have the right outlet or know how to get certain feelings out. We turn to certain substances to mute that, or to hide.
We don't have
put
much
up
to
a
say.
wall.
We just know how to play.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Quoting
And,
Martin Medeski would there.
That's fantastic. Great quote. When I cleaned up from that, like 6 or 7, I don't even know how many years ago it was. It's long enough for me to have forgotten.
Congratulations.
But, yeah, thank you.
And then it's alcohol. That's the real demon, you realize, right?
Yeah.
You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, now I'm fucking just hardcore abusing this.
Yeah, alcohol, benzos. I mean, there's a list of things that I can't do anymore. I'm okay with that.
I understand.
I don't know. I just started. There's a positive outlook started. started
So
to
like
emerge.
it shifted your writing, and like what kind of way do you think?
More towards just like encouragement. I try to encourage with writing, trying to encourage people to do the right thing. Trying to encourage people. It's let's see. There's light. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
There's you never know. I just wrote a newer song. It's called "You Never Know." The chorus is, "You never know how far you got to go till you get there." It's worth it.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
Every day's a struggle for everybody.
Right.
I may be having a tough time, but there's someone, across the country or across the state or across the street
Yeah.
going through either the exact same thing or something very similar or something even worse, So
Sure,
it's
man.
just keep on trucking along.
That's awesome. That's so cool, man, that you're able to like dust yourself off and sort of fucking do that.
Got to.
So with the drinking, now that like after shows, obviously I'm sure you just get swarmed and like people want to talk to you and stuff. I mean, have you noticed like a little bit more apprehension with that? Now, I'm not trying to like.
I've gotten better at it. I smoke weed.
Yeah.
That helps out a lot. It helps out a lot with things.
Hell yeah.
And that's the one thing I probably won't ever put down. And I don't know. I just don't have any bad things to say about weed.
How can you?
It hasn't really affected me negatively ever.
Ever?
So,
nobody.
Aside from paranoia.
Right. Yeah, I'll be looking out my blinds and shit like, who's it? Who the fuck is that? Who is
What's
that?
that noise?
Right?
But,
why are people looking at me?
But the social situations, you know, have gotten a lot easier. There was a point where I would lean on substances to get through anxiety there, but now I've learned how to cope on my own.
Yeah.
Which took being conscious of, you know, okay, I'm having trouble coping right now. I gotta breathe. Like, there's a lot of work and a lot of thought, and just being honest with myself.
That's really hard.
Step outside of myself and take a look at, you know, a situation from someone else's point of view, and maybe, you know, just try and just keep myself calm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just like I said, like a lot of things, they don't really matter all that much. It's you know, we make a big deal out of something. We stress ourselves out often. More often than not.
Yeah, and the only thing that matters is just the love that you can give, man.
Staying alive too. You know,
yes, staying alive.
Just chill and stay alive.
Stay alive. Yes, it's very nice to be alive.
I'm gonna, if you want to walk with me, I'm gonna scoot my amp.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. What do you play through?
This is a Mesa Boogie Mark V with extension cabinet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, an old guitar player from Dayton that I look up to. That I looked up to. He passed away years ago, but Bob Petty, he played in a band called the Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
I was a young junkie, and he was an old experienced musician, and he's like, yeah, when you grow up, you'll get yourself one of these Mesa Boogies. And I just looked at his amp, and I think it was a Road King or something. It had so many knobs on it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can barely handle the 6 knobs or 8 knobs on my Fender DeVille.
Yeah.
But eventually, I understood what he meant.
Yeah.
And I got myself a Mesa Boogie.
It's interesting how you grow up, get older, and you grow as a musician, how like you hear tones differently. And it's like weird because it's almost like you're tone deaf. Like you don't really understand or comprehend what it means to like really have your own sound.
Yep.
And like, and then as you get older and shit, it all sort of makes sense and like shit starts coming through. It's like those moments where like you really are experiencing growth, you know, and you're just like, oh, that's fucking dope. And that's what motivates you to keep going and blah, 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 woof, woof.
Yeah, like when I first started sculpting my own tone, I guess, I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. It was just like, it's like, no, this doesn't sound good. No, it still doesn't sound good. Okay, now it sounds good. And like, oh, dude, your tone's so good. Like, well, what? It's just the only thing that sounded good to me.
Right.
So I didn't know any different, you know?
And it's the only, and that's the only way it's going to be your sound because that's what sounded good to you.
And from then on, for the rest of my life, every other tone will just not be as good. It's just like, there's a better tone.
Yeah.
I guess maybe a tone chaser, you know?
A tone chaser. I like that. A tone chaser.
Lifelong quest for tone.
Yeah, man, it's like
but
sounds.
The Mesa Boogie and the DGN guitar, that's
shit.
These two, like I just got this guitar. It's a custom DGN Kalos, and I only, let's see, with the last one I was playing Mihaly's from Twiddle, playing his Kalos. It took me quite a while to dial it in with my amp, but with this new guitar, I just had to turn 2 knobs and it's perfect. It's just like, oh, cool. That's the tone I've been looking for like for a couple of years. So
that's amazing.
That's great. Yeah, great addition to the arsenal.
What's your lineage of music, man? Like, what you come from a musical family or?
My grandpa played piano for the Howard Swing Band in Dayton, Ohio for 60 years.
And that's where you guys are from, right? You guys are
Dayton, Ohio. That's where I'm from.
Oh.
As far as the Werks go, the Werks are, at this point, we're spread out. our drummer Rob and keyboardist Dan, they live in Columbus, and our bass player Jake lives in Cleveland right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but
how does that work for rehearsals?
Well, Jake has to drive the most. We usually practice in Columbus or Xenia, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So we try and practice in Columbus because it's only a 3-hour drive for Jake.
Yeah, only.
But he's a trooper, man.
Yeah.
He makes it happen.
Well, how do you practice, like, just by yourself when you're just in your room and shit? Like, what is it that you like to start with, or where do you start when you're like, okay, I'm gonna go in the room and I'm just gonna practice?
I usually fiddle around with nonsense and warm up my fingers first. But then shortly after that, I usually go to bluegrass.
Oh, nice! You start picking?
Yeah,
nice.
For warm up, I really like. For years, I've liked just to start up with Old Home Place. Like I wake up in the morning, like 8 in the morning, and no one else is awake. The baby's still sleeping, like nowadays.
Yes, those are beautiful moments.
Bluegrass. The kid loves it. Also, even if he's awake, you know, he'll start squealing along and sing along.
That's beautiful.
And the look on his face when I start singing, like this morning, I was singing some Grateful Dead, and he was just like. His eyes got all wide, his mouth opened up. He just like turned his head, looked at me like, what is that? Like, yeah, that's Daddy singing. It's terrible, isn't it?
No, but those are the moments though, right? Those are the moments that lock in. Like that's probably a moment that you'll think about in like 20 years when he's going off to college. You're gonna be like,
hopefully I've already got plenty of embarrassing stories for him now. His first date, first girlfriend.
No, man, it's a trip. It's totally a trip.
So Ashley and my wife and I, we've been living with our in-laws for 10 months.
Oh.
We've been looking for, when we found out my wife was pregnant, they took us in. They're like, hey, move in here and save up money so you can buy a house.
Yeah.
So we finally bought a house, which is crazy.
Of course.
It took us 10 months to find one.
Wow. Well, you're supposed to take your time with those things.
Yeah, we weren't. I wasn't trying to take my time, but you know what? It's funny how life works sometimes.
It is. It is.
And now, back to not wanting to take my time, I've been busting my ass moving and stuff. But there's a.
So you're moving.
While she's watching the baby.
Yeah.
So.
While everything is going on in your life, you're like, and now I have to move, and
like, oh, you're tired.
Wow.
Oh, you're busy as fuck. Nope. Time to work harder.
And you know, like you guys, it's funny that you guys have reached a certain amount of success where like you'd think it would be a little easier, things would start lightening up a little, but like it just keeps balling, like snowballing.
And this was the point after we had the kid, and I finally realized that I'm not going to get a nap for the next 10 years.
Nope.
And I've accepted that. I'm okay with that. I've given in.
Do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. And I had a sore throat a couple days ago, and I woke up in the morning. I was drinking throat coat tea.
Oh yeah.
At about 3 p.m.
Yes.
It hit me.
Yeah.
Like just the worst headache. And my wife's like, did you have any coffee today? I was like, oh shit.
And isn't that fucked up that you're physically dependent on caffeine now?
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst? Like you think you break the chains and then now you're
I mean, I've quit heroin, I've quit cocaine, I've quit alcohol, I've quit smoking, I quit vaping, I've quit coffee. Coffee is yes, it's bringing me down.
But the thing, I quit actually coffee for about 2 years, which was amazing for me. And then I had to drive a all-nighter. My reggae band was playing South by, so I had to drive from here all the way to Austin. I used to live in San Diego, so like I still work with the band out there.
Cool.
So I have to like travel even further. Like we got flown out to Hawaii, and I had to fly to Denver and then fucking San Diego and then Hawaii because the promoter was a cheap fuck. But also he had to pay like $1,200 for my ticket.
Yeah.
He was mad because from San Diego it was like $400. So everybody, we need a keyboard player in Ohio.
Oh man.
Anyways, no man. So I was driving down there and I started eating these caffeine tablets, which is awful. And then my body got addicted to it, and now here I am. That was April. 2 years. I was off the tit, and here I am. Oh my! I have Monster in my bag right now that I'm probably gonna drink.
See, I can't touch that shit. Like Monster or Red Bull, it makes me jittery.
No,
but I'll drink like a pot and a half of coffee every morning.
No, I prefer coffee.
Before I can even speak to anyone.
I'm with you so hard right now.
But yeah,
So it seems like you're coping and like you're.
I'm learning.
You're learning. Yes. Coping is such a bad word for that.
Learning how to be an adult.
You're learning.
I guess.
That was
as
really
sad as it makes me.
Well, no, but that's a really hard thing.
I kid.
No, I know, but that's a hard thing for an artist, I think, especially an artist like. Never had really. Have you had experience with babies before? Like, did you have
No,
like a?
I was always whenever my sister. I've got 2 nephews. My sister has 2 kids, and I have fun with them now that they're older. But like babies, I was like, oh my god, get it away from me! I'm gonna break it. You know? I don't know how to hold it. Oh, what about his head? Oh my god, you know. So yeah, I was just really nervous about babies and crying. I'm not a big fan of that.
Me neither. I don't like kids that much.
Now it makes me laugh.
Right.
It's like, oh, he's pissed.
And then
oh,
what you
pissed.
notice,
he's hungry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed him.
You're learning how to like communicate with your baby.
Yeah.
And which is a whole nother level of fucking crazy love. But you like, I don't know, man. It was a very humbling experience, and like I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah, me neither. They gave me the option. I was the first hands on my baby when he was coming out.
Did you cut the umbilical cord?
Yes. Oh yeah. And it was crazy. His head started coming out, and they're like, "Dad, where are you?" Because I was just watching in my mouth agape. I was just like, "What the fuck?" And
that is
like, "Dad, where are you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I reach my hands in there and I touch him. I touch his head, and he immediately starts screaming. As soon as he comes out of there,
nice.
And I don't know what the fuck to do. This baby is warm and it's soft and it's blue.
It's gooey.
Because that's just how they are when they come out.
Right.
Bluish gray. Like what the fuck? So I just kind of freeze my hands there.
Right.
And the doctors, nurses, they go ahead and they help the baby out because I was supposed to quote unquote catch him. Well, I touched him, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
But then immediately after that, they're like, "You want to cut the cord?" And I'm just like looking at him, and she's like, she comes to the side of me, and with the scissors and the cord, like, "You want to cut the cord?" I'm like, "Yep," and I just like pivot, cut, and like don't even think or anything. It was just like automatic pivot, cut, right back to the baby. like wow, I can't believe I just saw that shit. Like this bullshit.
Cut
pivot,
some
cut,
flesh.
okay. Yeah.
Cut human flesh. That's cool. Whatever.
I remember someone told me it was spongy. I got to cut it right. Yeah. But
no, it is a weird consistency, and it's like a weird feeling cutting into flesh and like. That's how your baby ate and shit. And
yeah.
It's a weird thing. Like I could never like chop up bodies and shit. There was just no way. I'm sorry that went there, but
I mean, I couldn't either. But after doing that, I feel like it would be easier to cut bodies now if I had to.
If you had to. If we, this is
all good.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
I'm wondering though if my mic's just gonna grab your hand like crazy. I don't know. Before they told me to go, I supposed to figure it out. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
What's your name, man?
My name's Mike.
Mike Aaron.
Aaron, what band you play with?
Originally Boogie Matrix. I don't have a full-time band right now.
Oh, cool. I met Johnny.
These dudes for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot about Boogie Matrix. I've been talking to a lot of the jam bands in Toledo.
Boogie Matrix.
And everybody's like,
Toledo.
yeah. Everybody's always like, it's always hookah. Well, they're not Toledo, but it's always like hookah, Boogie Matrix.
Yeah.
Everybody
I play with a bunch of different people, here and there.
Are you still playing with Johnny?
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah.
Community service sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the name of his band, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought that was some kind of like weird dig that only you guys gonna get.
Aaron got busted a while back. He's still working community service.
Yeah, like playing with Johnny.
Have like all that Molly in the. Remember? You actually do it, didn't you?
No, I put it down. I don't want to. I'm not trying to.
He's like, you remember that?
Yep. Norman went down on that one.
Oh, dude,
Summer camp.
I just did fucking Molly at Hookahville for the first time in like 8 years. I've been sober for 5. Decided to not. I mean, I smoke weed and take mushrooms, so I guess I'm not that stroke.
Mushrooms are,
It's au natural,
That's
man.
that's medicine. Molly is opposite of medicine. I mean, it is, but it's not.
That fall Hookahville I played, I hadn't done ecstasy in like a long ass time. Like one of their staff gave me some, and it was like incredible, like old school. Like I was so super awesomely high. Like
I had some of that.
Like the real deal.
It's some shit from Europe when at All Good when it was at the Legend Valley, and a couple of our friends like, here, this is from Europe. Try this. Like, okay, whatever. Pop one, and then like an hour later, just like holy shit, like, just like I felt like Gumby, like man. And that was crazy. Never had another experience like that. That was
cool.
That was the winner
It
right
is
there.
cool, but it's just the
really
day
fucked with it
after.
after that.
It's like fucked up.
Yeah, you don't want to regularly to like set your whole balance off, you know, for like a few years.
I did it Saturday, and I'm still fucking mushmouth brains. I'm fucking my mashed potato brains. I'm just like, bleh, I don't even know how we're conducting a conversation right now. Because,
You're killing it, man.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank
Doing
you,
a great
man.
job.
I really
Like
do.
you're remembering the questions when I'm forgetting them.
That's part of my job.
Well,
it
you're
took
doing
me
a great
years
job.
to do that, by the way. Thank you. I really do appreciate that because it takes a long.
Is this an interview?
This
Are you guys
is.
doing
The
an
podcast.
I can cut that
yeah.
out if you want.
Sorry.
No. Do you want me to cut that out?
Oh, that part, yeah.
About you doing shit? Oh, no, that's not in there. It was just, I
Yeah.
brought it back up when we started talking about experiences, not like.
Well, I don't really care, but yeah, maybe cut it out.
Okay, fair enough. I'll cut it out. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable.
I
man.
don't care.
Yeah, you just told me everything. So.
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, I gotta share your experiences, or else no one else will learn from it, right?
Exactly. No. I agree with you there. And that's, my wife was concerned when I first started this podcast that I was very open about my opiate addiction. And I'm like, well, if anybody's listening to this with a problem, it's like, I want them to know that it can be better. Like, sobriety can be achieved. Like, talking about it is how you fucking make it less, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Help guide people through your experience.
Right, and if anybody listens to us who loves you and the Werks and shit, and be like, wow, Chris Hauser was on drugs and he got off it.
Yeah.
Now he's a dad and he's moving and he's playing festivals and shit. Like, fuck, that's
Crazy.
insane. But that is inspirational, you know. Like for a fan who might be fucked up, you know, that might be the difference between doing that next hit and fucking not.
Great to meet you.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. What do you play?
Percussion.
Percussion. Dope. Hey!
What up?
Dude.
Shit, man.
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
talking with
Chris,
you, Mike.
thank you so much for being
Pleasure's
so
all
generous
mine,
with your
man.
time, man. Like, I didn't know, like, I've been, like, kind of eyeballing you. I was just like, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to just go hound him.
Yeah, man.
But, like, I saw my opening, I took it. So.
Yeah, you're not hounding me. No, I'm just a normal guy, man. Just
Well,
play
I
guitar.
appreciate that, man. I just play guitar. So did they just, like, hired you to come and just sit in with other bands?
Yeah, they call it artist at large.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That's like
It is.
That's awesome.
It's pretty. It's sick, and it's great. You know, I so often musicians get, you know, they get stuck playing with the. It's not. I don't feel stuck playing with the Werks, but they get stuck playing with the same musicians over and over again, and something like this just it's a breath of fresh air. You know,
Yeah,
it's necessary to play with other players because. You know, that's how I've learned to play the way I do. I take bits and pieces and ideas from other players as I play with them.
Hell yeah.
And that's the best way I've found to learn.
For sure.
So any musicians out there, you know, play with as many musicians as you possibly can.
For sure. And play with ones who are better than you.
Yes.
Better than you.
Or at least musicians that you think are better than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't listen to what anyone else says because
Right.
everyone says I'm great, and I haven't been happy with a note for years. So.
But I think that's what makes you great because it pushes you to keep going forward.
It keeps me trying harder.
And
that's for sure.
People will say to you, like, don't talk bad about yourself, but like, I don't think you're talking bad about yourself. I think you're taking a realistic approach in how you view your playing.
And that's my sense of humor as well.
Totally.
To make fun of myself.
I mean, you're obviously a great player, and you know you're good, but like, you're not happy because you kind of feel stagnant, maybe.
it could have been better.
Because and then you have that. Have you ever put out a record and then like heard like, fuck, I wish I would have added this or did that?
Every album.
Absolutely.
But over the years I've learned that you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be perfect.
No.
So while it's a double-edged sword. At the same time, while I'm never happy with the performance, quote unquote. But I learned to let it go.
Yeah. Totally.
Because you can't control everything. You can't go back and play it any better.
Right.
And like Jerry Garcia said, I believe it was Jerry Garcia said, your solos are in the moment. If you play a wrong note, everyone else forgot about it 2 seconds ago.
Right. Because you're already on to the next.
You're already moving on to the next. Yeah.
We're here now,
exactly.
And then so we're just going with that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stick to now.
Yeah. My stutter from 2 minutes ago, no one will remember. So.
I used to be really hard on myself about that, and actually, I'm singing with this band I'm playing with now.
Nice.
I just started, and so like I'm real insecure about it, and I've started to go back to making faces every time I fuck up.
Yeah.
And even if I fuck up on the keys, I'll make faces now. It's made me insecure as fuck. And like I'm really, I don't know. I mean, you just gotta keep doing it. That's the only way to get past that shit. Just keep doing it.
Just keep on cracking away. That's right.
Fucking fucking up those notes. Chris, I'll let you go for real this time, man. I really appreciate
talking
it.
with you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Yeah, man. And fucking, when's the next time you guys playing out?
Oh shit! You asked me too quick. Let's see. In a couple weeks, we're going down to Texas. We're doing Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Love Austin. Where are you playing in Austin?
Oh wait, Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth. Oh shit.
That's okay.
I can't remember right now because
So it's a quick run down to Texas.
Yeah, 3 days. We're just getting down there. Bing bang boom, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Coming back. And
getting back to changing diapers.
Getting back to changing diapers, making up for lost time for when mommy didn't have a babysitter.
Yeah.
But getting used to that real quick. And then we are. Let's see. We've got a great New Year's. We've got a great Halloween run that we're coming out with. I don't think we've announced all the dates yet.
Okay.
But we've got the October 27th at Madison Theater in Covington. We got the 31st up in Cleveland for Disco of the Dead.
Nice.
Then we just announced our New Year's show. We're opening up for Twiddle at the Boston House of Blues.
Shit, who's Twiddle? I'm so sorry. Like
Twiddle
I'm so new to this scene again.
Twiddle is Burlington, Vermont-based jam band. They're reggae / ska / jam. Very lyrically based and just positive vibe.
Cool.
And
nice.
I guess what they say, high def shred. That is a.
That's tight.
And the guitar I'm playing is Mihaly, their guitar player. He helped me get that guitar. Hooked me up with a deal with DGN guitars.
That's nice.
But they're super good friends. We did a tour with them in 2015.
Oh, nice.
Called Twerk Tour. The Werks and Twiddle. Twerks.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
Are you in an interview right now?
Yeah, we're finishing up, man.
Hey, what's up? Chucky Love here with my man Hauser. he just crushed sit-in with Sub T, and we're very thankful.
Oh, you and Basie?
Yeah.
Tight, man. Yeah, you fucking slapped the shit out of it, man.
Chucky Love, the original bass player from the Werks.
Oh, rock and roll, man.
Fucking brethren from way back.
Right on, man. So did you just move away, or just go your separate ways?
We just ended up going our separate ways.
We had things we had to do.
I understand.
In order to come back together to do what we do now.
I feel you. Sometimes you just gotta. I feel you.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, that was good. We're wrapping up.
I didn't realize it until
I actually.
It's not a troll doll.
That's what I tell everybody. Like, what is that? I was like, it's my treasure troll.
It's a troll, man.
And it also records you. It's sexy like that. All right, you know what? I was about to start a whole new fucking run, so I'm gonna go before I tie you up. And
Mike, it's been a pleasure. Man.
Yeah,
Thank you
Chris.
so much.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Chucky Love, I'll give you my card because you just ended up on my podcast.
Cool.
So I don't want you.
Well, let's do another one. Do one with Sub T.
I would love to. I was actually gonna fucking hound you guys down. Fucking.
We don't have to go far.
He's got good questions.
Oh. Thanks.
We were just talking for like 20 minutes, right?
Well, I like to keep it conversational.
Yeah, it just flowed. It's fantastic.
You guys are making me blush.
I'm gonna push shit, man. You asked me all these questions, you make me blush too. I had to give it back.
Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you coming on and talking to me backstage at the festival. I wanted to thank Waxy from Waxtastic, the dudes all in Waxtastic, Frogtown, Grassroots. That was tight. You guys fucking, I loved the vibe. It was such a great time and a great environment to be a part of. It was nice to network with people, see the local talent around here, regional talent. The regional talent around here is just amazing. And again, I just want to point out the paddle bots. See, I even get I get the vapors every time I talk about it because they're so good. Paddle bots and fucking Act Casual, that they blew me away. Sub T, thanks to the dudes for even chatting it up with me. Thanks to Green Acre Sessions for inviting me on to play with them, because without them, I wouldn't be there. It was fun playing. It was an awesome time playing, actually. Okay, so write the show at wespeakenglishgood at gmail.com. Let us know what you think, how you're feeling, what did you think about this conversation. You can share us on Facebook or Twitter or wherever your platform of sharing is. You can leave a review on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast. Look, I'm just going through the list here, okay? I'm having a hard time. This brownie is really starting to kick in. You can check out the Barren Wasteland. That is the wespeakenglishgood.net. That is my website, our website. And you can also, that's it. Yeah, I'm done with the plugging. Oh, wait. Follow me on Instagram at wespeakenglishgood. Or you can find me on Facebook, We Speak English Good on Facebook. Or you can follow me, Mike Epp. I try to mix up the content between social media platforms. It's not always the same. My Instagram is a little bit more risque, maybe pushing boundaries, man. And my Facebook is a lot more I'm just dumping shit on there because of friends, and I just have more interaction on Facebook. So I'm trying to grow my Instagram is what I'm saying here, people. Go to Instagram, follow me. I'll follow you back. I'll shout you out. What's up? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm high as shit. I'm really fucking high right now. I'm gonna go. I think I got things on the stove. Be good to your fellow human beings. HJ's for everybody. Bye.